flames. And as the fire looms over downtown Sonoma, business owners scrambling to save whatever they can.
And I built 30 years of my business, and I'm not letting a fire take it.
Mandatory evacuations turning thriving communities into ghost towns. And an eerie silence now hanging over the small town of Calistoga in the heart of wine country after police went door to door telling everyone in the community of 5,000 to get out now. That advanced warning, not a luxury afforded to Santa Rosa, 17 miles away. There, the fire swept through so fast that many first responders and residents were trapped. This video, just shared by Travis Hahn, shows his dramatic escape as the wall of fire tore through his neighborhood. And so many couldn't make it out at all. We arrived at this mobile home park just after Bob Tunis found his mother's body.
Probably just didn't hear people knocking on our door at 3 a.m. I don't know.
This embrace told his sister Jessica, who spoke to their mother just as the fire swept through, what she already feared.
I hear the smoke alarms going off, and she's coughing, and I'm telling her I love her, and she tells me she's gonna die. She can't get out of her house. She's gonna die.
This mobile home park has been reduced to a field of ashes. And just minutes ago, a victim was identified here in the rubble. And law enforcement tells...
All right, welcome to the What Was That channel. What we got here playing in the background is some footage of the California wildfires. This is from a couple days ago, but it's still good footage to take a look at. I just got playing on the intro. Let's see here. I'm just going to get a couple things set up, check my parameters. Seems like my audio is working now. Let's see here. How's everyone doing tonight? I am exhausted. All right. Oh, we got McVice. Thanks for joining. Sean G out there. Flatlander. Who else is out there? Magnificent Gaming. Thanks for swinging by. Let's see who else is out there. All right. Let's see here. This show's gonna be pretty short. I'm just trying to. I figured I'd do a quick little stream on some observations that I made while looking at this. Usually I don't look this in-depth into them, but anyone who's watched the show from the beginning, I usually like to start out with all different types of stuff that's going on around the country, or even world. In this case, the wildfires, but in this case, instead of just being a quick, brief segment in the beginning of my show, I'm gonna actually take a look into it on some things that I found pretty interesting. All right, everyone out in the chat doing good. All right, seems to be going all right out there. All right. Just making sure my OBS is working. All right, cool. All right, so as we know, there's a crazy amount of wildfires going on in California. I don't think it's any more than normal because the What Was That channel has been covering them almost all summer. Actually, since the What Was That channel started, I usually look into the amount of acreages burnt. And don't get me wrong, there are massive fires and all different types of casualties and losses of livestock, and just in general, it's not good. I'm just saying they're really focusing on them all of a sudden now, which is interesting to me, and it's much less acreage being lost. Maybe because it's more residential areas, I don't know, but I did notice that. All right, and some things I wanna take a look at before. All right, what temperature does car metal, like the sheet metal, what temperature does that melt at? And it looks like we have around 1500 degrees, and then we have another quote, often 1370, so with 100 degrees. So we're just going to say 1400 degrees on steel, and aluminum here is 1200, give or take. Okay, so 1400 and 1200. We're just going to keep those in the air for this stream. All right, and let's see, what do I want to start with? We're just gonna go through some pictures that I actually, before I do it, I stopped using a program. Let me see here. All right, I think we can start. I think we're officially just gonna get into it because I'm gonna try to make it a short stream. But to do it, I'm going to, I gotta play something before we start everything here. So, give me 1 second, and let me go ahead and get this rolling.
New world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order.
Everyone, welcome to the What Was That channel. This is just a short episode, or I'll call it an episode, just a short episode tonight. We're going to be mainly focusing on the fires in California. I just found some pictures, I was going through it, and I found something that were quite interesting. But we're going to take a look here. Alright. What we see is, I don't know, a boat trailer or something, completely gone, whatever's on it. Here, the wheels are completely melted off this vehicle. Just the tires on this one. The wheels are completely gone. Pretty interesting. Alright, let's go. Keep going. Again. Fire's so hot. Look at the heat around it. What was burning in this car to cause this? What, was the car made of charcoal? I mean, it's mostly made of, like, quick flammable stuff. The seats will go up quick. But yet we have a ring of fire around it and enough to make pools. Look, it was so hot it trickled out here. I mean, that's intense. That is some intense heat. Why life? Thanks for joining the chat. I appreciate it. What we're doing is taking a look at some pictures and some video from the California wildfires. There are a couple things I found just in general very interesting. What we see here is a car off the side of the highway somehow got so hot it melted the wheels, but yet in the background you see no trees around it. These trees aren't burnt. These trees aren't burnt. The road's not on fire, but yet this car is melted into a pool of aluminum, or it's sitting on a pool of aluminum that was once the wheels. I mean, this is just crazy. Yep, aluminum wheels. That's correct. Yep, and you can tell the steel from the rotors is still here. So the rotors are good, but the aluminum didn't like it. Yeah, it melted asphalt too. But my question is where? Where, Shanji? Where was the fire so hot? Where was it burning? These trees in the background are here. Just crazy. Or to me, a little weird. I'm not saying these fires didn't exist. They clearly did. Now, these fires were so hot, they melted the doors of an oven, but not the rest of the oven. So hot, it twisted steel. Look, you can see the steel twisted. It gets hot in forest fires, I'm not saying that. But the anomaly in this picture is the rubber gasket on the window. What's this rubber gasket doing here? If this is so hot to melt rubber, the door handles, the interiors, melt steel, there's rubber gaskets here for the window? I find that interesting. What was that? Right? what we have here is just, again, pictures I went through, and I saw things that were interesting to me. I'm not saying none of this devastation did not happen. It's evident it did. We're looking at pictures of it, but I am critiquing things in it that I see. That's all. And I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm wrong on a daily. Here you go. What caught this car on fire? Where's the fire around here that caught this car on fire? This tree's not on fire. These shrubs aren't on fire. It's not on fire over here. Let's see. I'm gonna check the chat. Mr. Smith. That's fire. Yeah, right. Right, Shanji? It's definitely interesting, and I'm not saying it didn't happen. I mean, here's a picture of this car on fire. My question is, how is it on fire and melted to that degree of heat around it? What is the... To melt aluminum like that, you need a smelter. This isn't a foundry. What foundry is going on underneath this car? I mean, you only have... what fluids are in there? You have fuel, you have transmission fluid, oil. I mean, only a couple liters of that stuff, but we're talking to melting aluminum? Definitely interesting. And again, I don't understand how the fire got to these cars. This fence isn't even burned. There's a wood fence here. Just weird. Let's see. People saw blue flashes in the sky the night before the fires started. That is interesting. Mr. Smith, before the Mexico earthquake, people reported seeing flashes in the sky also. They called it lightning, but it was cloudy out, so it could have been indistinguishable from each other. I'm not too sure. But again, they saw flashes in the sky, so that's pretty interesting. All right. We'll continue. Okay. So now we have fire so hot, it literally, there's no rubble. I mean, it's gone. But yet, the plastic is in perfect condition. Not warped, not melted. In fact, pristine condition. Even the rubber for the swing is in perfect condition. Yet, the fires were so hot they could melt aluminum wheels. Right, McVice, we didn't start the fire. It's been burning, since the world's been turning. You got that right. Something's amiss with these. Very strange. The aerial footage is even crazier. But again, I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just looking at these saying, how did this rubber not melt when this whole building was on fire? This whole large piece of plastic, which easily could absorb heat, being radiated from the fire 4 feet away, and it's not even warped. I find that interesting. Ryan R. says, people used to park their cars in the path of forest fires to collect insurance on them. Absolutely. Ryan R., I 100% agree with you. And what I am interested in is who's going to be buying up all of this land, these properties, after the insurance has been paid out. You're talking very rural areas, beautiful areas. Very interesting. We'll continue. And if anybody wants me to go back to any of these pictures, I will. Just let me know. Here you have it again. Here's that same car. Shanji. It gets better. Look at this photo. Can anybody help me out here? Can anybody help me out with this photo? You have heat around this vehicle, under this vehicle, supposedly enough to melt the wheels. Looks like there's all aluminum in the front, probably transmission too, I don't know. The rear. This heat ring around it. But yet you have perfectly good green leaves right here, 20 feet away. The heat would have had to be crazy in this whole area. How are these trees perfect over here? And again, I'm not saying these fires didn't happen. I'm looking at a photo of a burnt car. I'm just asking certain questions. How can the heat be so hot underneath it to turn this into a mobile foundry? And here you see we're making molds of pavement, yet we have perfectly intact foliage just 30 feet away. I'd even say closer. That looks like 20. Very interesting. And again, I am not claiming these fires don't happen. All these catastrophes do happen. I just think there's anomalies that people can pick out in them. And I mean, they literally took this photo and expected people not to see this. Look at the heat generated just around the car. Absolutely incredible. That's fuckery. Yeah, the vegetation's intact. The driver had Taco Bell. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the driver definitely had Taco Bell. Yep. Here you have it. And what else I find interesting is if it was so hot underneath here to melt these wheels. Don't worry, guys. I got better stuff. It's gonna get better. How did this sheet metal not get warped? I weld and stuff, and just a little bit of heat in sheet metal, I can put like holes right through it. And if I can melt aluminum, and it seems as though it was centralized in the wheel well, these wheel wells didn't melt. I don't know. Under the Ether, thanks for joining the What Was That channel. You didn't get notified this time. Well, I apologize about that. It seems as though all the notifications are all screwed up now, but thanks for joining. Yeah, you're here. We're just taking a look at, I'm kind of focusing down the What Was That channel today onto one specific topic, and it's the California wildfires. And we're taking a look at, well, seeing Nick's new here, this time on the channel, fresh into the channel, he'll be seeing this photo as his first one. And Nick, we have aluminum wheels. I'm going to zoom in here. Aluminum wheels completely melted down. And not only melted down in a pile, they had to travel. Look, the ground was so hot, it got to stay that way. Because if the ground was cooler, it would have cooled off and hardened. Look at this. Out to here. But yet the paint where this heat was is fine. And here you have foliage, a mere 20 feet away, 30. I'll give them 30. Not even burnt. The bottoms are burnt a little bit. I see a little heat there. Over here, big forest fire area. Crazy. Crazy. Okay. I took this, or I didn't take this photo. The car could have drove through the fire and drove for a bit before pulling over. Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. The only thing I don't agree with is how the heat got so hot to melt the wheels. I live out in the... I've seen cars burn before, and regular car fires don't melt the wheels. You even have power lines here that are encased in rubber, and they're not even exposed, right? Power lines are encased in a rubber. That rubber is still intact. Look. The rubber on the line's perfect. I don't know, Nick. There's all types of stuff out there. I'll go over a couple things that I possibly think. Maybe I'll leave it. Maybe I won't go over it. I'll leave it a mystery for everyone to come up with their own ideas. But I find this very interesting. It would have had to got so hot in this one area when it did, and it rocked this car. All right, let's see here. HARP equipment, right, Sean? Could be anything. Frequencies? Are they distorting like molecular structures? I don't know. It's crazy. But here's what heat does to regular plastics, and we see these trash cans. They're smoked, and they're just in a yard. It looks like this house is fine, so they're just in the area of the heat, and they're melting. So just keep this in mind here, what the plastic looks like after it encounters the heat from a fire. Right, the plants are just fine. Absolutely. Okay, here's a photo of these houses being destroyed. I mean, they're literally vaporized. Don't get me wrong, fires burn down to ash and stuff like that, but they're literally gone. But what I notice are like people's trash cans. like are fine. Like this guy's trash can here, this one, this one, this one, this one. And these people aren't allowed back in here yet, like, because they have to make sure it's safe. This trash can's fine, unless they got these brought in after the fact. But this trash can's fine. Yet the wheels are burnt off all these cars, or the tires. And the liners on the pools aren't even melted. Let's see. This one tree, I don't know. I just find quite interesting. They could have brought these trash cans in. I don't know. Yep, but some of the trees are still there. Yeah, it's crazy. Definitely interesting. Let me see if I have another picture of this area. I think I do. If not, yep, here we go. All right, let me make this full screen. To me, these shadows look ridiculous. I don't know. This picture looks just weird anyways. But this is from a news agency. Here you have so hot to level. I mean, no chimneys are even standing. There's not a chimney standing. No chimneys, but here we have a pool tarp. Not burnt though. Here's a pool tarp. But the whole house is completely smoked. Oh, we got one chimney. We got one. All right, everyone. Oh, we got two chimneys. Okay, I feel better. All right. Continue. I have a better file. I just want to get through these first. Okay, here we have a car with a wheel melted. And if we notice, the top's melted, not the bottom. The tire's missing on the front where it got destroyed. But yet we have a tree perfectly... Well, not perfect. You can see it's charred, but the leaves are still here. I can't comprehend how something can be so hot under here to melt aluminum, but yet radiant heat and just can't melt the rest of these leaves off, or burn the rest of these leaves off. And where's the fire around here? There's a wall here. There's, like, what? What's going on? Absolutely, Sean. And by no means am I saying these aren't happening. These fires are 100% happening. I'm just questioning, like, this stuff. Yep. And I agree. Shade or not, fire is absolutely insane. Absolutely. It doesn't care. That's right, McVice. 9/11. And I have my special folder. And that's what we're going into after this. Because I have some pictures that resemble these. But again, a car melted with no... I could understand if this was in the middle of the forest and there were trees around it burning. But again, same as the other car on the highway, melted wheels with no fire around it. Cool. Let me see. Oh yeah, look at these. Check that out. If you have a Jaguar, it will melt. Look at this. Look at this pile of aluminum underneath it. That's from the transmission casing. From the transmission casing. Carlene McLean, thanks for joining tonight. We are having a kind of a short show. I'm focusing the stream today just on one topic. Usually, at the beginning of my shows, I go through weather events and try to keep up to date on them. And all of a sudden, I noticed the news just started covering those fires like crazy. I'm like, but these fires have been going on all summer. I've been covering them. And so I decided to take a little bit deeper look. And I just started looking at photos from it. And either way, I just find these to be incredibly interesting. And here we have completely melted wheels off cars. And look at how hot the ground had to be for it to travel. If the ground was cooler, it would start to solidify and harden up, like right here or even here. But yet this was so hot, it was literally pure liquid, like a foundry. Like a foundry. Ryan R, I did not know this. I did not know this. Yep. Look at this car. We're going to see a couple cars that look just like this in a completely different event, if you will. Alright, here's a good one. Okay. So these trees are still standing. Yet it was so hot. Look at this aluminum. Look at it from underneath. It melted the transmission. The transmission's completely melted out of this car. The engine block won't be melted because it's steel. See the exhaust. The brake drum. Anything steel seems to take it. And this aluminum took it. But yet around here it melted some aluminum, but not this wheel. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I mean, that's a lot of aluminum. Look at how far it traveled. This whole ground had to be that hot. Where was the fire burning on? I'm not saying it's not hot out there. I'm just saying how far does the heat have to travel? I don't know, to get this asphalt that hot. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, it was a Jeep Grand Cherokee. It is not trail rated anymore. That thing is junkyard rated. Let me check the chat here. Yeah, same thing, windows burned out. Yeah, I understand all that. But the aluminum wheel, man, it's just, that's a lot of heat. And to make it that liquefied, I got some other pictures that are pretty cool. I mean, just what is going on? Look at this pile of aluminum. Is this the engine? I think this is the transmission, because most transmission casings are made of aluminum. Vehicle heads are made of aluminum, but the engine blocks are made of iron or steel, whatever you want to call it. But it got so hot, it literally melted transmission in the vehicle and made it pour out. Wheel poured out. But yet the front of the wheel, is this a hubcap? I don't know. Look at how far this metal's traveling. This ground had to be that hot. But yet the paint lines are perfectly fine. I mean, just look at the amount of aluminum. It had to be incredibly hot. Just incredible. All right, I got 2 more pictures in this folder. Did I find anything in this? I don't remember if I saw anything in this, but let's zoom in and see if we can find anything. Gas grill's okay. I don't know. I don't think there's anything in that photo. I might have accidentally here we go. Here's another one. I understand house fires are hot. But how can the heat be so centralized? It can melt the wheels like that. I would understand more if they were in a massive dense forest where there was a lot of fuel. And I'm not saying house fires don't get hot. I'm just saying, how can it be that centralized under here? Melt these wheels. That was a nice pool. I don't know. I mean, look at this. Okay, let's see. All right. So now we looked at these. Now I found, yeah, it was a Toyota Tacoma. It doesn't have a rust problem, I'll tell you that much. All right, these photos were taken on a highway. I might have the exact highway still up, but anyways, let's see here. Okay, here's ash deposits from the air, getting on the road. Here's a boat that is made of fiberglass, but didn't go up in flames. If anybody knows what Corvettes are, they're made of fiberglass, and when they crash, they go up in flames instantly. This boat didn't go up in flames. Interesting. Now let's check it out. 5 feet away, you have a car with the rubber tires completely burnt off it. Behind that car, you have a car with melted wheels. This car was burnt from the back, but yet this boat didn't catch on fire. Let's zoom in on this. So you have melted wheels. Melted wheels. These wheels didn't get melted, but the rubber, the whole interior is on fire. But you have a fiberglass boat that didn't go up in flames. It's pretty crazy. Absolutely crazy. And again, I'll just go back again so you can... Oh, I thought... Do it again here. Here you go. Here you have a boat. Just mere feet away from a car where it was so hot the aluminum wheels melted. And if anybody knows fiberglass, it goes up. And here you go, not burnt up. And here's another look. You have flames so hot, or energy so hot, melts wheels. Yeah, this boat right here is not. Oh, Nicholas Cabal, thanks for joining. Who else is out there? I don't want to miss anybody. All right, Nicholas is here. Cool. Nicholas, we're just going over the, I'm keeping it focused on one subject tonight. It's a short stream. I'm just going over the California wildfires. And the just crazy stuff I see in them. And I'm not saying they're not happening. You know me. I just find crazy stuff in them. And here you have heat so hot to melt aluminum wheels, a fiberglass boat doesn't burn up. I find that weird. Yeah. Yep. Took it. But the wheels are freaking perfectly fine. And what I want to show is it looks like these wheels, does that look like melting to you? These fresh cuts? I mean, that's a perfect, these look like brakes. Break, like they were snapped off. Got so hot it broke, I'm not sure. Melting's that smooth, like, you know, pliable. Here you have a Mack truck. Okay, this Mack truck was on the same highway as that boat. You have the steel belts inside the wheels showing. The steel wheels took a beating, but they took it. The aluminum gas tanks did not. You have the fiberglass cab that's completely destroyed, but yet the boat's not. All this aluminum. Look at this aluminum. Doesn't it look like something tore out of here? I don't know. Looks interesting to me. It's made of aluminum, right? Aren't these made of aluminum? They can take a little bit of heat. Not enough, I guess. Nicholas, it is the shuttle paint. Yeah, that's what they should start using. That's exactly what we should start using, the shuttle paint. I mean, look at this. Absolutely insane. Wow. So, again, here's the same Mack truck. And we're just looking at the devastation that the fire does on a highway. Where are the trees around here? Where is the fuel that raged so hot that caused this damage? They're not in the middle of a forest with dense trees that are pure fuel for these fires. They're on a highway. Look, what are these little brushes going to do? Don't get me wrong, if they catch on fire, it's not going to be good, but they're melting aluminum. Look at this radiator. This radiator is melted right through. Look at the sides of it. All gone. Look at this. Look at these cars. Oh, there's a Jeep SRT8. What's up with the Jeeps today? Alright, and here's that highway. Here's an aerial view. Where is the foliage? How are these on fire? Thanks, guys. I appreciate it out there. You guys saw it before I did. But here you have it. A fire hot enough to melt aluminum. But yet where is the fire? It's just a small brush fire. And if you notice, no, that's probably just ash and stuff. These lines and these trails. Just interesting. Yeah, like melted like marshmallows. But yet, don't get me wrong, I believe you can melt aluminum. But you have to convince me that this area was so hot that it melted aluminum. I mean, it did. We saw those photos. But where? It's just brush. It's just like those little shrubs. It's not like a dense forest where you're throwing logs into a fire to get an inferno going. I don't even see a fire here. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Nicholas, the paint they use for the decals. Well, they must have two different paints, Nicholas. They have the paint for the SR-71 that can't withstand temperatures above 1200 degrees and get baked off every time. And then they have the paint which they used on the STS shuttle, which could hold 3000 degrees over and over and over again. So they should patent both these paints. Both incredible. The 1200 degree one will be $9.99. The 3000 degree one will be 3 payments of $19.99. Shipping and handling extra. Alright, let me continue. Here you have it. How are these cars on fire? Where, like... Here's the boat on fire. No, okay, so that boat was on fire. Here's the boat on fire. And it's not melted down, but yet aluminum wheels are melted down. Look at these cars. These cars are smoked. Trust me, I know fiberglass, and I know what happens when it catches on fire. I just don't understand. I don't know. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'd rather be wrong than have these people doing this to these people. That's my feelings on this. I have no problem being wrong. I'd rather be wrong than it be true that they're really hurting us. Nicholas wants that paint. How many states are bankrupt? Probably all of them. Probably all of them. I don't know. It's crazy. Call now and you'll get your second bucket of paint free. Just play shipping and handling. All but Colorado. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Smith. That is true. I did hear one of the banking people say that if it's desperation. Yeah. I think we should keep an eye on who's going to be purchasing all this land. Because they're going to be paying out these insurance, all these insurance policies. And then someone's going to come in and buy this land and put stuff up. And it's in very nice areas. And we're going to be taking a look. We're going to be taking a look here. Yeah, it's a little ranger right there. Caught up. Poor thing. Done. How are only 4 on fire? And here we go again. Again. If these are melting, how come this wheel looks like it's broken? These look like breaks. Snaps. Like they were snapped. That wheel's not melted. There's no melt piles like we've seen before. That wheel was broke. Look, you can see the crack right there. Crack right there. He's cracked. Here too. Where's the piles of melted like before? Is this another Jeep? Is that a Jeep Compass? What is that thing? No, that's a GMC. Yep. Like a rock. No, that's Chevy. I'm just kidding. I want to make fun of anybody's car or something. To be honest, I thought your channel was covering ISIS in Syria. Well, why did you think that? But yeah, where's the pile of rubber? It could have, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just asking questions here. Where are the mirrors? Yeah. They could use crappy plastic now because they just toss these cars together. These things are junk now. Look at this. But again, where... Look, in the background. Look, it's not even burnt back here. Look, it's still green. It's all green. All this stuff's green. They have traffic opening here. It's not even shut down the road because of the fire. Absolutely crazy. Oh, here we go. Now that one got hot. Look at that. It melted the hub. Wow. Now you're starting to melt steel. The aluminum arm, though, that got smoked. The exhaust didn't. All that, no problem. No problem. Think about it. We're going to melt the entire wheel off. It's so hot, but here's a piece of wood. Like, what is going on? Is that cardboard? Is that cardboard? That's cardboard right there. Just crazy. Let me just check something real quick here. Alright, now I have another set of pictures. These pictures are from 9/11. And these pictures are of the burnt cars. So I want to go through a couple of these and see if we can see the similarities. Or if they, you know, we're just going to look at burnt cars from 9/11. Okay. And again, there were no forest fires on 9/11. Just the buildings on fire, debris falling down. Let's see here. Again, how's a car get on fire? That car's not on fire. This car's not on fire. That car's not on fire. And these aren't in any particular order, so just forgive me and I'll go through them here. Oh, great. The same one. Oh, cool. I'm going to try to fast forward through these. Let's see if I can do it this way. I apologize out there. Here you go. Here you go. A car on fire, cardboard next to it. So hot, it didn't melt the plastic in the front. Alright, and I'm looking for... Okay, and again, here you have the same thing. Here, Nicholas asked the question of why on the highway were 4 cars on fire and some weren't. And here we have on 9/11 buildings all around. Look, this tree's on fire right here. But these trash bags aren't on fire. This van isn't on fire. This car's on fire. But this van's not on fire. Same thing's happening. And here you have the same thing. A car on fire. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, darn it. That's not what I wanted either. I apologize for the unprofessionalism of the What Was That channel. I'm just trying to get a good photo. Here we go. And here you have it. A car completely on fire. Yet the truck behind it isn't. And neither are any of the papers on the ground. So paper in this case isn't combustible, but yet a car is. A certain car. A specific car. Okay? Okay. Here's a fire truck with the engine melted. leave this up real quick. You guys take a look at this. There's a fire truck with an engine block melted. Because that's an Astro van. Oh man, Ford. Oh man. Yeah. So here you have the same thing. No forest fire. But somehow a fire truck had its engine block melted to nothing. Do you know the heat that it takes? Oh, I don't even want to get into it. An engine block is melted out of a fire truck. From fire, right, Nicholas? Right. Let me continue here. And here's the same thing on 9/11. The building's way over here, but yet these cars are on fire. This parking lot right here. Another parking lot with burnt cars from far away. I'm trying to find one specific thing. Okay, here we go. Here's the car from 9/11. Look at the wheel. What happened here? What happened to this wheel on 9/11? Whoa! It got melted, destroyed. Could we say the same thing happened to it as in the forest fire? So, a fire in the city will replicate the same fire in a forest on a highway where it will have enough heat to melt aluminum. Or the same technique is used to start both of them. This is what I'm coming up with. I'm going to leave this up for a second. I'm going to check the chat. I'm going to grab myself a drink real quick. I'm going to turn my mic down just a little bit here. Yeah, 9/11 stuff. Time Q is one of my. It happened for me. I was in high school when it happened. I was in physics class. Actually, they made us watch it on TV. I remember everything. But yeah. How many phases of fire are there? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Absolutely. Here you have it. Let's see. Here you have it. All paper on the street, not on fire. All these cars burnt. Not this one. How did that happen? Yes, that's correct, Carlene. I was looking at the burn marks on the trees, and they're coming from like crazy directions. They're coming from the house being on fire, not as the fire approaches the house. Yeah, it's really crazy. Yep. Pretty crazy. Let me see if I have... Here's another fire truck. Completely smoked. The most amazing one was the engine block being gone. All of those undelivered packages, exactly. Most of these look like Photoshop, CNN, or some media creation. Which ones? Which photos look Photoshopped? Right? Time Q, remember we were talking about this a long time ago? I had these 9/11 photos up, and then I see these, how these fires are acting with the same material, and it literally sparked my interest. So I just saved a couple photos, and here we are. For ribs, for ribs. You guys are crazy out there. Let's see here. I thought I had a couple, I swore I did. Let me see here. And I want to go back to a couple of these photos too. I think these are very important. Here you have that boat that was on fire. Meanwhile, a car has its wheels melted, yet a fiberglass boat doesn't. Here you go. Here's the car with the melted wheels. This car is all caught on fire and destroyed, but yet this boat took it. They put it out just in time. They were just there. It's crazy. Meanwhile, you have all green foliage back here. Look, it's green. You can see it's green. I wear glasses and I can tell that's green. What is this pile? They say it was ash in the air. Or was it something else that's like completely vaporized? Let's see. I just want to go over these one more time. Oh, there was something there. Ah. So right here, there is something here. Okay, I'm going to have to find the news article where it says this is just ash in the road from something. Give me 1 second here. I gotta find that now. Give me 1 second. Bookmark manager. Wildfires. Nope, that's not it. Ah, here it is. Yep. All right. So let's see what their story says here about this one photo. All right. Activity from at least 5 drones in the sky has briefly halted the crucial water drops of the ash-ridden road is seen on Saturday during the cleanup. So they're just saying this is ash, but they're not telling you in this photo right here it's actually something burning. Here's that pickup truck, and here is whatever that is burning. Something completely is gone. It literally burnt to nothing. So it seems as though, okay, here we go. This is the car that had its wheels burnt. This is the little truck that got destroyed. This was whatever was in front that took the most heat. And it's completely vaporized. Because this is it right here. Whatever that is gone. It's vaporized. So the heat to me came from the right to the left. I don't know. It smoked these wheels off this thing. Smoked the tires off this, but it was so hot it melted whatever was here to dust. I'm just reading the chat here real quick. Exactly. You don't see any fire. You could convince me that this could happen in a very densely packed forest where that fuel's in there and it's rushing. Absolutely. But where's the crazy fire? You're on a highway 10 feet in. You know how hot it would have to continuously heat up the ground? I don't know. It's just crazy to me. But I'm telling you right now, whatever was here is completely vaporized. It literally vaporized it. Let's see. And I'm going to show you right here. Let me just go back. Here's the aerial photo. I'm going to back out so you can see it. There's that GMC with the melted wheels. Here's that truck. There's the boat on fire that they magically put out. And here's whatever else is on fire. There's something there. That's not ash from the fire blowing over. This is something on completely going up in flames. And here it is after. It's complete ash. I'm sorry. It's completely gone. It looks like a microwave beam. We need to remember some data analysis to protect this caught fire. They're saying the wildfire went across this area and caught these cars on fire, and that's what this is. We'll take a look here. Hold on. I have another image further backed out from the sky view. Here it is. So here's the same highway. Here's the same highway. There's the boat. You can see it right here. Here's the boat. Here's that truck. This thing got its wheels burnt off. And here's that other, whatever it was, is vaporized. But here's the highway. Look at this crazy fire, guys. Look at it. And I'm not saying these fires aren't happening. People are really out of homes. Livestock is ruined. Farms are ruined. Crops. All this stuff is ruined. I'm just simply looking at it saying they're messing with this. That's all. And I'd rather be wrong. I'm okay with being wrong. I would rather be wrong and be like, God, all right, good. They aren't really doing it. Than that they are. And being quiet about it. So that's all. It doesn't bother me to be made fun of. It doesn't bother me. Any of that stuff. I don't know. Just because I'd rather be wrong than have it be true. So, I don't know. I don't care. But here you go. No thick foliage. Nothing. But yet these cars catch on fire. These don't. Just specifically these and these here. I don't know. Exactly. There's not enough fuel in that area to make it so hot it melts wheels. And same with this one. Let me go back to the. This is really good one. This is like one of my favorite ones. Hold on. I'll find it here. Right here. Okay. So you have a fire. Oh, I messed up. Give me 1 second. Alright, so we have a fire so hot, it melted the aluminum into pools. Look, you can see the aluminum under here. It's probably the transmission. Transmission casings are aluminum. Look at this wheel. Completely melted out. Now this ground had to be so hot that it allowed this to be solidified for what, 3 to 4 feet away from it? If this ground was cool, it would have hardened right away. But it didn't. The ground was so hot that allowed this to run a couple feet away. Same with this one. Look at it here. And you're telling me these little shrubs... Look, there's not even fire here. How could it be that hot getting close to this? These didn't catch on fire and you have perfectly good trees 20 feet away. I'm sorry, something's going on here. You're right, Nicholas. Don't worry about it. Nothing to see here. I really couldn't find anything, TimeQ, about witnesses really saying anything. And I'm sure they'd be altered anyways, anything they said. Yeah, look. But yet, it was so hot. And here, check this out. I even put this up so everyone can see. Aluminum, 1221 degrees. Which is pretty hot. Okay. So this gets so hot around here, it melts the aluminum wheels into piles. But yet, 20 feet away, there's not even enough heat to burn these. Or even catch this on fire. Give me 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Yeah. And you can't convince me that you can have enough heat in a specific area that it won't radiate out. It has to be that whole area. Look, and even better, we all know power lines. I mean, the rubber's still on it. It's not even melted off. Look, the rubber is still on the line. But yet, aluminum completely melted. I'll look right now at Tom Q. Give me 1 second. I think I can find the article. They won't tell you. Let's see. Panic drivers on a California highway were forced to abandon their cars as a wildfire that stretched to 3,500 acres began to engulf their vehicles. The fast-moving blaze began north of State Route 138 in Baldy Mesa area on Friday afternoon, forcing both lanes of I-15, the main road between Southern California and Las Vegas, to shut down. I'll post it right here. There it is. State Route 138 in Baldy Mesa, California. This was on Friday. There it is. There's the brush. Look at that. Look at the burnt area. Incredible. How's the road so clean? Why are the roads so clean? Wow. Like, this stuff's not even burnt over here. This stuff's not burnt. Phew, man. Like, how's this truck not on fire, but yet this truck's on fire? Look at the road. It's not even, like, on fire or anything. It's just insane. One FedEx truck's not on fire. The one in front's not on fire. But this one, oh, this one, you're getting caught on fire. Lucifer demons are running loose. I agree. I agree. And that's about it, everyone. I didn't have too much to present or anything, but I just wanted to, in about an hour show you what I find interesting. And I can't stress enough that I believe these fires happen. I'm not saying they didn't, but when I look at it, there are some things that are very questionable, that are different from the storyline, I think. Like, what happened to that vehicle? It's completely vaporized. How does none of this get burnt? But yet this thing's smoked. Trash cans. Here's a trash can. If nobody saw this one, this one's good. This is what these trash cans look like when they're smoked. Okay? Now we can go like this into one of these areas, and we notice none of the trash cans are wilted. I mean, this one's perfect. This guy's got his out. His car's destroyed. This guy's car's destroyed. He's got a trash can out. No problem. No big deal. Some more trash cans. More trash cans. Trash can here. Oh, another one right here. Right here. They're all perfect. So either they got these brought in after, which they absolutely could have, or, I don't know, the same thing's happening that doesn't burn this tree up. This guy's lawn's completely on fire. Tree's good. Lawn on fire. House on fire. Tree's good. All right. Let's. You know what? I got a couple more things. Let's see. I got a couple. I'll leave off with a couple more things. I took some video clips actually. I went back and recorded them because I thought they were pretty cool. I appreciate that, Jot Order. I appreciate that a lot. Must have been some metal in those trash cans. That's right. That is right, Time Q. Something with metal. I don't know what it is. Alright, so let me try to find these little video clips here.
Well, Gail.
Very tough story. Thank you very much, Maria.
Make sure this audio's
There
working.
was my room. Before fire destroyed their home, Lauren Smith and his dad would drink milkshakes and play catch.
Remember when I always hit the ball over the apple tree?
It breaks my heart just that he is not going to be back here screaming and yelling home runs that he hit over the fence with the wiffle ball to the neighbors.
And the A's are my favorite team.
Lauren built.
Alright, so now they got your heartstrings tugged. This family lost a home, right? But did anybody catch this? Let me go back. Let's go back here.
Thank you very much, Maria.
There was my room.
So he's in the area where it burnt down, yet there's perfectly grass here, right here. You can see it blowing around.
Before fire destroyed their home, Lauren Smith and his dad would drink milkshakes.
Maria.
There was my room.
Right there.
Before fire destroyed their home, Lauren Smith and his dad would drink milkshakes and play catch.
Remember when I...
There's an apple tree right behind him. And then there's another plant here with shrubbery right on it. I'll play it so you can see the apple tree leaves are perfectly intact.
I always hit the ball over the apple tree.
Look. Look at the apple tree with its leaves hanging down off another plant. Absolutely insane. What is going on here?
It breaks my heart just that he is not going to be back here screaming and yelling home runs that he hit over the fence with the wiffle ball to the neighbors.
And the A's are my favorite team.
Crazy. Alright, so that's one little clip. Let me see here.
Hugging this firefighter to say thank you. Firefighters across California saving lives, homes, hugging this firefighter
I don't know if anybody cares, but this lady's wearing 2 watches.
to say thank you. Firefighters across California saving lives, homes, and so many family treasures. In this image,
Do you guys see it? I'll leave it up. I'm going to let anybody, they can pick this up. Alright, can anybody figure out what's wrong where I pause this? I'll play it again. I'm going to let it play.
the mail truck still stopping at mailboxes. A haunting moment, but still a moment of dedication. Then there was the iron worker who lost
I'm gonna
everything.
go back.
His tools, his pickup truck, firefighters across California
ready?
saving lives, homes, and so many family treasures.
Can you pick out what's wrong here? We just saw it. I'll go back again.
So many family treasures. In this image,
Anybody see it? There's a trash can. Not burnt. Like, what is going on? Nobody's here working. They're not working here. This trash can's here. Not burnt. Actually, there's 2. There's one laying down.
the mail truck still stopping at mailboxes. A haunting moment, but still a moment of dedication.
Okay.
Then there was the iron worker who lost moment, but still.
So the houses across the street to the right didn't get burnt. Neither did these here. Just the ones in the center. So the fire skipped those houses and went right to the center here. Right? So this house here in the background didn't get it. None of these guys in the background. And neither to the right. Because we saw the mail truck going up. They didn't get burnt. Over here. Let's see. And here. On the left side of the mail truck. They didn't get burnt either. Just the middle island did. Just these guys. These guys in the back here didn't get it. And neither did the blue trash can. Let's see. Time Q says it's called induction. Uses magnetic electro waves that transfer heat to metal only, but no effect on non-metals. Exactly. Yeah, without a doubt. Okay, you're right, McVice. So we've seen FedEx, right? We've seen the Postal Service. Who else have we seen advertising? It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's see here. I think I have one more video clip.
Adriana, thank you very much.
that they're getting the upper hand on these fires because the weather is now favorable for the first time in a week. Take a listen to what they just said.
A week ago, this started as a nightmare.
Let's see here.
And the day we've dreamed of.
Or the mailboxes, yeah, the wooden mailboxes.
But there are still more than 200 people missing, and the death toll could continue to go up. So the cadaver dogs will be back out navigating these neighborhoods again today. Here in Santa Rosa, it really looks like more of a wasteland. The area is still evacuated. 75.
Okay, so he just said, what did he just say? Let me turn up the volume. I have it low, I'm sorry, because I'm notorious for interrupting videos. All right, let me play it again so you can hear.
These neighborhoods again today. Here in Santa Rosa, it really looks like more of a wasteland. The area is still evacuated. 75,000 people.
Okay, so the area is still evacuated. The area is still evacuated. Okay, I'll play it one more time. This is key because we're going to need this.
These neighborhoods again today. Here in Santa Rosa, it really looks like more of a wasteland. The area is still evacuated. 75,000 people across.
Okay, so nobody's been there. They're not allowed to go, but yet we have another trash can. Not melted. Car completely rocked. Car completely rocked right next to it. House burnt completely behind it, yet the trash barrels are perfectly intact. Right? Right. No, what was that? You're crazy. Those are special NASA trash cans. They're comprised mainly of the same thing that the bottom of the STS shuttle is. So they're completely impervious to heat. Duh. Right. Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. Let me see here what we got going on in the chat. Wooden pictures and stuffed animals were untouched. Syria, wildfires, but no trees burned. Exactly. Yeah, it's crazy. Right? Look at the trees right next to it. There's a tree with all the leaves on it here, and all these trees. You have plastic right here, perfectly fine. But yet, because I was going to say, well, maybe they went back and started cleaning out their house. And that doesn't seem to be the case at all. What it seems to be is, I'm going to play it again.
It really looks like more of a wasteland. The area is still evacuated. 75,000 people across this region not allowed to go back to see their homes or what's left, as authorities are trying to make sure that these areas are...
So they weren't even allowed to go back yet, but that trash can was out there. Not hurt, not untouched. Look at that. Look at all the foliage. Look at it. All green, 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 green. But yet forest fires start so easily. I'm not saying they don't. But these trees seem not to go up. And everyone's like, someone said it's because they're full of water. And I was like, then we wouldn't have forest fires if trees were full of water, right? Doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, exactly. So there are also trees with... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Yep, it's true. What I find interesting here is you have heat so hot to melt tires off these vehicles, completely burn the paint, but yet just a few feet away you have plastic trash cans here, Charlie, and these trash cans aren't even hurt. And let me show you what they should look like. Here's a photo of these burnt trash cans should look like. These are actually the same trash cans that they all use on the street. Here you go. This is what happens when heat hits it. But you have heat so intense, it'll melt car paint, burn a house completely down to nothing, rock this car, but leave the foliage on the trees, doesn't hurt the plastic trash can.
Across this region, not allowed to go back to see their homes or what's left, as authorities are trying to make sure.
It's not necessarily that I need to be near a forest fire. I just can't understand how I can put my hand near a stove and feel the heat from a little bit of distance. I'm just saying heat, hot enough to do this to vehicles in a house, should do something to plastic 10 feet away. I think you're confusing what I'm saying. That's all. Nowhere did I say these fires didn't happen. I didn't say, look, I can clearly tell a fire happened. This house is gone. I agree, Charlie. Some do catch on fire and some don't. Let me show you a picture here. So we have a fiberglass boat here. Not fully burnt down. That's pretty cool, huh? This car is completely vaporized, but yet this one's not. These wheels are melted. It was so hot, but the fiberglass boat right here took it. It's just interesting. Just minor observations. That's all. Look, here's the fire. It's actually happening. Nowhere did I say this fire's not happening. In fact, I believe there's 22 fires currently raging. Exactly. Exactly. The house is right next to it, burnt. But yet. Let me see. Make sure there's not anything I didn't miss. Poor horse. They're getting these animals out of there, which they need to do. Oh, here's a good one. So hot. Melts a building. Leaves the rubber on the swing. And the plastic on the playhouse. Not even warped. Not even warped. But will melt aluminum. Remember that. Will melt aluminum. But not aluminum. What happened to these trash cans? Did radiant energy get to them? I'm not too sure. I don't know what happened to these. I do find it interesting that these melted. Sure, Charlie. If that's what you want to understand from this conversation, then that's what you understand. It's okay. It's okay you feel that way. I'm not mad. All right, let's see here. Let's see. I think I actually went through all my pictures. Mr. Smith says, the mailman actually delivered the mail to the areas that were completely burned down to all the mailboxes that were fine. Well, yeah, exactly. It's just crazy. Yeah, it's fine. Let's see here. I just want to make sure I don't have a, no, we went through all these. This is all set. You have never seen a firebrand flying through the air. As far as I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure. Let me find that one video again. I think it was pretty good.
Adriana, thank you very much. Hey there, Leland, and we'll start with the good news.
Oh, here, hold on. That's not it.
Hugging this firefighter, many families. In this image, the California saving lives, homes, and so many family treasures. In this image, the mail truck still stopping at mailboxes. A haunting moment, but still a moment of dedication. In this image, the mail truck still stopping at mailboxes. A haunting moment, but still a moment of dedication. Then there was the iron worker who lost everything, his tools, his pickup truck, his home.
Every house was on fire.
Oh, man. There he is. Delivered mail. A little advertisement. We care about you. Snowy days. Inferno days. We deliver. Crazy. Let's see. Nicholas, you're funny, dude. All right, let's see here. Let's actually see if we got any current. Oh, maybe Charlie can help me out with this photo, because I'm actually confused. Like I said, I don't know. I'm just, let's see here. Let's see. Charlie, where's the radiant heat that's so intense that this highway has these cars on fire that this car's vaporized? There's nothing left of this vehicle. Right here. How'd this happen? How'd it happen? You're gonna say, well, that's just ash. Well, it's not. Let me see here. Here's an aerial view. Here's the pickup truck. There's the boat on fire. There's one car behind the boat, and then there's something here on fire. Okay, some sort of vehicle. Vehicle here on fire. Okay, if we go back to this photo here, it's completely vaporized. I don't know. You're right. I'm not understanding something. It's pretty intense. It's pretty crazy. Someone says, the USPS, we still deliver on the apocalypse. Yeah, you guys make me laugh. You guys are a good crew. Thanks everyone out there for even hanging out tonight. I really appreciate it. I'm half hour over when I wanted to do, which is fine. We're getting through a massive amount of material. And again, I just wanna say I'm not believing these fires don't happen, but I mean, come on, this car is vaporized. It's literally gone. It's gone. Well, Charlie, it does happen because it's gone. Here is, let me see. Here it is on fire. Right? Next to the truck. In front of this car with just the bumper that got smoked. Okay, right here. Here it is. Gone. Crazy. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's pretty interesting. I'm just saying I find some of this stuff quite interesting. How aluminum can melt on little, on a highway. I don't know. Just very interesting. I guess my ignorance towards the subject is, but again, my show is about questions, and that's all I have. My show's based on questions, and I ask them. Let's see. Yeah, I got nothing else. Yeah, but I just wanted to say thanks for everyone for tuning in. Let me give shout outs out there. Sean G, thanks for being out there. Nicholas, Time Q, Charlie, thanks for joining in. Mr. Smith. Let's see here. Carly McLean was out there. McVice, as always, thanks for joining. Let me see here. Ryan R was out there, I saw him. Thanks for joining. Let me see. And if you want a shout out, just let me know. I'll give you a shout out. Type in the chat. Jot Order, thanks for joining the What Was That channel, where I take a look at footage, see if I can find anything that makes me say, what was that? All right, let's see.